Are you tired of feeling stuck in your life? Feeling like there's so much more out there for you and you're just not attaining it? Your goals, your dreams are so much bigger than where you're at right now. What if I told you the culprit could be that you're actually just living in the comfort zone? That the comfort zone that you're in is actually the reason that you're being held back from truly achieving your goals and dreams. I can tell you that if you feel this way, you're not alone. I felt the same way many a times in my life. A previous job that I had was exactly that. It was a career, but it was a job that I showed up for, and I attained the goals and all of the things that they set for me. And I liked it. I loved it some days, but at the end of the day, it started to feel like I was just going through the motions. And so when I stopped doing that and started my company, I started from scratch. I was severely uncomfortable. I started from the bottom and had to build something all the way up, knowing that I was comfortable and I was safe. My income was there, and it really makes you feel uncomfortable. What I learned from going from a job to starting a business was, although uncomfortability was a part of it, I gained freedom. I gained freedom of my everyday. I gained freedom of attaining all kinds of goals and objectives that only I was setting for myself. And you can do that too. In this video, I'm gonna give you a better understanding of how exactly the comfort zone works, so that you can start living your life on your terms and utilizing the comfort zone to your advantage. So let's take a second to actually define the comfort zone. The comfort zone is when you get into a zone where you're so super comfortable that you actually don't even realize you're doing things. Let's take driving. Have you ever been driving and you end up at the stoplight or stop sign right by your neighborhood, and you're turning in and you just look at yourself, you're like, how did I actually get here? I don't even remember getting through this part, because you're so used to doing it every single day that it just feels so natural that you went through the motions. It's becoming the same thing over and over again, and you could do it in your sleep, versus stepping outside the comfort zone, which is like the first time you decide to work out and you go to the gym, and it's uncomfortable for a million reasons. Walking in, people looking at you, not knowing how to check in, starting that first workout, then the uncomfortability of how it feels afterwards, the pain in your muscles, the changes that start to happen. It's obviously something that the body's not used to. It's the opposite of that monotonous drive, waking up and doing the same thing over and over again. The comfort zone is really bad at actually telling you what to do though. And if you think about the comfort zone like a box, and that box just fills up with the same thing over and over again until it starts to shrink into this little tiny bit that you haven't filled in yet, you actually have found it getting so tight that you've alienated all these other things in your life, and you're just sitting with this small tiny thing that you're super comfortable with. So should we actually listen to the comfort zone or not? It's really challenging, because the comfort zone isn't going to tell us whether something is right or wrong. If you think about it, just going out and doing something uncomfortable isn't going to make it right. We know that crossing a crowded street of cars and accidentally getting hit by a car is not comfortable for anybody. But at the end of the day, just because it's uncomfortable doesn't mean we should be doing it. Versus the workout, where the more uncomfortable we get, the better and more comfortable it actually becomes. So with the workout example, when I go to the gym the first time, I have no idea how to check in. I have no idea what weights I'm gonna use. I have no idea what routine I'm gonna do. But every single day I go, I start to feel more and more comfortable. It actually can become part of my comfort zone. And that would be a good thing. But regulating what is good and what isn't good has to be done with a certain level of purpose. So how do we fix this? The only way to fix this is to actually identify the kind of person you want to be. James Clear in Atomic Habits talks about being the kind of person and working your habits towards that kind of person. Well, if this is the case, and you identify yourself as this kind of person, the comfort zone is something you're going to naturally want to step outside of to attain that kind of person you actually want to be. So if you're going to work out, don't just say you want to work out. Actually attach something that helps define you, helps give you purpose, helps provide you a why. It makes the comfort zone something that you're stepping out of, but with purpose, and it provides you a pathway to success. When you establish the kind of person you want to be, what you're really doing is you're putting boundaries on when and why you step out of the comfort zone. So we just learned that just being in or out of the comfort zone doesn't actually help you, but if you attach something of meaning, then you know a recipe for when you want to actually step out and do something different. That's going to challenge you. That's going to actually create a better version of you, for you. One of the biggest lessons I learned when I went from a job to a business that I started and I built from the ground up was something that was so empowering to me. Discomfort cannot control my decision making. And once I learned to get more uncomfortable more often and turning my comfort with uncomfortability into a superpower, I was able to have exponential results, and you can too. You can really turn being uncomfortable into a superpower.